It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor. Thomas was feeling especially happy. He was on his way to Brendam Docks to collect a special. It was the day of the Sodor show. Sir Topham Hatt's brand new car was being unloaded. It was in Lady Hatt's favorite color, hat blue. Sir Topham Hatt had chosen Thomas to take the car from the docks to the Sodor show. Thomas was so proud he thought his boiler would burst. Rocky was slowly lowering the car onto a flatbed. Thomas puffed proudly. Huffed Gordon. This made Thomas cross. Thomas whistled, snorted Gordon, and he chuffed off grandly. Puff Thomas, said Rocky. But Thomas didn't want to wait. At last, the car was on the flatbed. Tooted Thomas. Thomas pumped his pistons, ready to race. He didn't wait for the dockmen to connect the couplings. He steamed off, pushing Sir Topham Hatt's brand new hat blue car. Called Rocky. Called the dockmen. But Thomas had a race to win, and no time to lose. Tooted Thomas. The children cheered as he puffed past. He chuffed cheerfully. The fastest way to the Sodor show was to puff over Gordon's Hill. Thomas's axles tingled and his wheels trembled. He gasped, and then Sir Topham Hatt's brand new hat blue car slid away from Thomas and down the other side of the hill. Cried Thomas, and he raced after the runaway car. Percy was waiting at a signal. Arthur puffed slowly into a siding. He had heavy wagons of fish. Arthur's wheels spun as he raced straight into the buffers. The fish shot into the air! Cried Arthur. Just then, Thomas chased through the junction. He gasped. The runaway brand new hat blue car raced on. Thomas puffed harder and harder. Ahead, there were works on the track. Thick mud was everywhere. Rosie had just left the washdown. Suddenly, she saw the runaway car racing towards her. Cried Rosie. Rosie was covered in mud. Tooted Thomas, and he raced off. The brand new hat blue car sped towards the junction. Gordon was waiting with the bandstand. Then there was trouble. Cried Thomas. Gordon was surprised. And he puffed proudly away. Thomas puffed up to the haystack. He cried. Thomas felt terrible. He puffed. Thomas pumped his pistons, but then he stopped. He wheezed. Gordon puffed proudly back down the line. He had won the race and delivered the bandstand. Whistled Thomas. Gordon could see that Thomas was very upset. Gordon liked everyone to know he was strong. He also liked to help his friend Thomas, so Gordon raced to the docks. Gordon collected Rocky and steamed back as fast as he could. Thomas was very happy to see Gordon shove up with Rocky. This time, Thomas waited patiently as Rocky lifted Sir Topham Hatt's car out of the haystack. Thomas wanted to thank his friend Gordon. He tooted. Gordon knew that delivering the brand new hat blue car was the most important job on the island. He smiled to his friend. This time there was no race. The two friends arrived together at the Sodor show. Sir Topham and Lady Hat were very pleased to see their brand new hat blue car. Everyone clapped and cheered, and Thomas cheered loudest of all.